Hey guys, I want to welcome you all to Little Lady Plays, my YouTube channel. If you're new here, well then feel free to subscribe, and if you guys have been subscribing, thank you so much, because today we are going to learn how to play this new game, and it is called Wizard Roll. I want to point out a few things. Number one, this has ages 7 up. I just want to point out this game is, really easy to learn, really easy to understand, and children, I think even as young as 4 can play, but again, you be the best judgment, but I do think this is a game meant for younger kids. Anyway, let's check it out. So the first thing I love is that the box. Look at the setup. Everything is set up perfectly. You just take out the cards that you're going to be playing with, and then you put this off to the side or center of the table, and then everyone has access to the actual pieces. Organization at its finest, and that I truly appreciate. Instead of everyone grabbing, pieces flying everywhere, you're going to use all these pieces and they're stored nicely in the box as you play. Now, here's something that I want to point out. These cards, let me just get you guys a better view. These cards, there's 2 ways of playing. The way that they suggest and the way that I suggest. So I'll tell you how they suggest. According to the rules, you get 2 different cards, and then you have to choose one to play with. Now, since the goal of the game is to reach 7, so of course you're going to do math and figure out which one will get you to 7. However, if you're like me and playing for the skill on the card, then I would just suggest, don't even bother with the cards, and just, take one at a time, flip it over, play it, flip it over, play it. But again, that's really up to your judgment. So we have the easier way, which is just play one at a time, and you have the harder way, which, they suggest, and that is to do your math and get to the number 7. So let's just do, for my sake, we flip one over, we'll flip 2 over, and I have a 5 and a 2. I'm going to play the 5 because it's my first card, and of course I want to get close to 7. Now, here's how to play. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can get a better idea of how to play. And really simple. You take your dice, you roll it, and I got a triangle and I guess a water drop. So you cannot take any of these cards before you get these. So obviously my first roll is to get the triangle, and I would put it off to the side, and then I would roll again and see what I need for my spell. And I have a triangle, so now here's where it gets interesting. I can choose to take a triangle, to not, depending on what I need. It happens to be I don't need a fire or a raindrop card, so the other players, or I could choose to give it to another player, whatever the case is. And again, I keep rolling until, hopefully, ooh, I got that one, until, as you can imagine, I get my spells, and then I win. I pick up 2 more, and 5, 6, 7, so this would be really good for me. Now, there are 2 things that I love. If you happen to roll a wand, so here's where it gets a little tricky. You roll a wand, and then you can zap an opponent. So I can choose, like, let's say I did need this circle, but I also noticed that my opponent has a few different, tiles laid out in front of them. It might be to my best benefit to kind of take away some of their tiles, because again, I want to win. So not only can you build up against yourself, but there are some pieces that let you really play your opponent. And I think that is a really, really fun game. Fun little twist. So what's the education here? Well, education is, first of all, of course, you have your taking turns. And for me, especially with the younger kids, patterning. Everything is about pattern, because when you play, the player holds this card and they have to sequence. And this is really beginner math too. They have to sequence the cards within order without having this down. So you really have to visualize and say, oh wait, I got it. And they have to double check and triple check to make sure they're building the pattern. So I like this game because this is a beginner math game, taking turns of course, and all the other fun things that games offer. But you also have the math component, both the patterning and basic addition, because you have to get to number 7 to win. Or you could play with the highest number. Whoever has, like, let's say 5 cards first, game over, and then you add it all up. Whatever the case is, you can really, really incorporate math based on the points here, and of course you have your patterning over here. I do work with children who have special needs, so I would suggest, especially if you want to play with like a younger kid or a child who is not ready to play games or maybe just can't, it's okay to keep it down here and have them see it and just play the game for what it's worth. But overall, I would definitely recommend this game. It has, the fun of spells. It has and you can also like make up which spell you're casting today, you know, especially for the children who are non-readers. And it would be fun to say, ooh, I cast the levitate spell. What are we levitating today, you know? So you can really get the kids talking. And this is just a fun game that really engages children. And I would definitely recommend it. Again, for the most part, kids even as young as 4 can play this game. It's really easy. Everything stores up. I love this box. The box is just perfect. Here, look at this. Putting everything away. I can play from the box. I store it up in the box. There are tons and tons of tiles and tokens here. And, you know, cleanup is a breeze. The dice are fun. They're really easy to look at and tell them apart. And in addition to playing, you have the fun aspect of, you know, casting spells on your opponents and kind of helping yourself win faster. So I would definitely recommend Wizard Roll. It's a fun game. It's great for kids of all ages. And like I showed you, you can play by the rules or you could adapt it for younger kids. So this is definitely a game for family night, for the classroom, for the homeschool. If you have any questions about Wizard Roll or, you know, any games or education in general, if you want to see something specific, let me know, because I'm here for my kids, for your kids, for the kids in my play-based education program. I'm here for kids everywhere, and I would love your feedback, because that's how we educate children. We learn and we grow together. And if you haven't subscribed, well then feel free to subscribe, and welcome to the family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy playing!